Days of Our Lives spoil March 24th to 28th, 2025, promise heartbreak, intrigue, and a desperate quest for answers. The beloved citizens of Salem are thrown into emotional turmoil as devastating news arrives concerning John Black. Presumed dead during a highly secretive ICE mission, John's ultimate fate remains shrouded in uncertainty, creating agony for his grieving loved ones. The week begins as Dr. Marlena Evans and her loyal friend, Steve Johnson, return to Salem from a tense, frustrating visit to Washington, D.C. Both had hoped their meeting with ICE Director Shane Donovan would finally provide clarity about John's fate. Instead, Shane reluctantly delivers tragic news that plunges Marlena and Steve deeper into despair. John Black was last known to be on a perilous mission in Estonia but has vanished without a trace. Heartbroken yet refusing to accept this devastating loss without proof, Marlena and Steve decide they must take matters into their own hands. Marlena, emotionally shattered but fiercely determined, vows to uncover the truth about her husband's disappearance, dead or alive. Steve, sharing Marlena's determination, promises her unwavering support. Together, they begin plotting their journey to Estonia, determined to investigate what truly happened to the man they both cherish deeply. However, just as they prepare to leave, new details emerge. Andrew Donovan, an ambitious but conflicted young ICE agent, privately meets Steve and admits that he withheld crucial details about John's mission. Andrew's guilt has reached its peak, especially after lying directly to Paul Narita, John's son. Andrew reveals the situation is more dangerous and complex than anyone previously realized, hinting John's mission had ties to dangerous international espionage, potentially involving a powerful enemy. Andrew finally admits to Marlena that the situation is rapidly deteriorating. In a troubling revelation, Andrew confesses that intelligence reports indicate John's mission went terribly wrong and there is credible evidence that John was tragically killed in action. Yet, without a body or final confirmation, Marlena is left agonizing over the possibility that John may still be alive somewhere, desperately waiting for rescue. Andrew, sensing her distress, solemnly warns that if John somehow survived, he's in imminent danger. Time is their enemy. Meanwhile, Marlena finds emotional solace and strength in a heartfelt reunion with Paul. Their shared grief over John's absence creates a powerful bond, strengthening their resolve to uncover the truth. Paul confesses to Marlena how helpless and lost he feels without knowing his father's true fate. Marlena comforts Paul, assuring him she will do everything possible to find John and bring him back, dead or alive, so that he can finally rest in peace surrounded by family and friends in Salem. Driven by Andrew's alarming revelations, Steve leverages all his ICE contacts, determined to locate John's last known whereabouts. Marlena, supported by her children and closest friends, faces an emotional dilemma: should she remain in Salem to comfort John's grieving family or personally accompany Steve to Estonia, risking her safety to search for answers herself? Ultimately, Marlena refuses to sit idly by. Overwhelmed by memories and deep love for her husband, she decides to embark on the dangerous journey overseas alongside Steve. United by a bond of friendship and mutual grief, Steve and Marlena prepare to navigate the treacherous landscapes of international espionage, hoping their determination will uncover the truth hidden beneath layers of deception and danger. Back in Salem, anxiety grips John's loved ones as they await updates from overseas. Friends gather to support one another, recalling John's bravery, integrity, and unwavering commitment to protecting those he loves. Amid the despair, however, there remains a glimmer of hope. Without a confirmed body, there's still a chance John could be alive, waiting for rescue. In Estonia, Steve and Marlena begin their urgent and perilous search, quickly discovering the complexity of John's last mission. Clues lead them to secret safe houses, covert contacts, and shadowy figures who refuse to speak openly, hinting that powerful forces may be actively working to conceal John's fate. As the week progresses, Steve and Marlena narrowly evade danger, confronting disturbing revelations that John's disappearance might be part of a deeper conspiracy involving the ICE itself. Each discovery only deepens the mystery, heightening Marlena's resolve. Will Marlena and Steve uncover the truth behind John's presumed death? Will they finally locate his missing body, offering closure to their grieving family? Or will the shocking revelations in Estonia threaten their lives, forcing them to confront an unimaginable betrayal? Days of Our Lives fans are in for an emotional roller coaster. As hope battles despair and secrets threaten to unravel everything Marlena and Steve hold dear. One thing is certain: the hunt for John Black will change lives forever. Next, Days of Our Lives spoilers. Xander Kiriakis teeters on the edge as Philip's shocking forgery looms for decades. Days of Our Lives has captivated viewers with its sensational blend of love, betrayal, and long-standing family feuds. Fans over 65 may fondly recall just how intense and interwoven the saga of the Kiriakis clan has been over the years, from Victor Kiriakis' fierce devotion to his family empire to the endless twists involving his offspring. Now, the tension skyrockets again. The spotlight falls on Xander Kiriakis, Philip Kiriakis, and a shocking secret that could unravel the delicate fabric of Salem's social circle in one fell swoop. In this latest development, an elaborate forgery threatens to turn Xander's world upside down and possibly drive a wedge between him and everyone he holds dear. Philip's mysterious return to Salem. When Philip Kiriakis strides back into Salem, he carries a letter that appears to be from his father, Victor. This alleged letter states Philip is entitled to a handsome inheritance, a move that initially raises eyebrows but is not entirely unexpected. After all, the Kiriakis family fortune is massive, and Philip has been known to angle for his rightful, and sometimes not so rightful, slice of the pie. At first glance, no one questions whether Victor really wrote the letter. But the truth is far murkier than it seems. Behind the scenes, a cunning plan has been set in motion. The letter is actually a forgery, crafted with deceitful finesse by Philip himself and aided by his formidable adoptive mother, Vivian Alamain. She is a woman with a storied history of scheming, manipulation, and a fierce loyalty to those she deems family, although her methods can be anything but maternal. Vivian's involvement only adds more uncertainty to the precarious nature of this secret. If anyone in Salem has the skills to spin an enormous lie and walk away unscathed, it's Vivian. Kate Roberts caught in the crosshairs, however. Vivian and Philip aren't the only ones privy to the forged letter. Kate Roberts has also found herself tangled up in this clandestine operation. Kate's history with the Kiriakis men is long and complicated, spanning romantic entanglements, corporate espionage, and fierce battles for power. Her deep knowledge of the family's secrets makes her a valuable ally or a dangerous enemy, depending on how she decides to leverage the truth. For now, Kate chooses to stay silent for reasons that aren't entirely clear. Does she hope to benefit financially from Philip's ruse? Is she trying to protect someone she cares about? Or is there a hidden agenda that has yet to come to light? In Salem, motives are often layered and rarely straightforward. Kate's involvement may be the key to understanding how this forgery could eventually blow up in everyone's faces. Stephanie Johnson and Sarah Horton, the keepers of secrets. The net of conspiracy continues to widen. Stephanie Johnson, a savvy and determined woman in her own right, stumbles upon the truth and suddenly holds the fate of the Kiriakis family in her hands. Stephanie has always been known for her level head and loyalty to her friends. Yet this situation puts her in a precarious spot. Revealing the truth could cause irreparable damage, but withholding it might be equally dangerous. Also caught in the thick of it is Sarah Horton, Xander Kiriakis' wife. Sarah is a compassionate soul who often finds herself torn between right and wrong. In recent months, she's struggled to reconcile Xander's sometimes questionable moral compass with the love she has for him. Now Sarah must decide whether her loyalty to her husband outweighs her fear of what he might do if he learns that everyone, from his brother to his wife, is complicit in a massive lie. If there's one thing everyone in Salem understands, it's how destructive secrets can become when they finally see the light of day. Keeping Xander in the dark. For now, in a town as small as Salem, it's rare for secrets to remain hidden for very long. Still, all the co-conspirators have seemingly agreed that the best course of action is to keep Dandy Xandy out of the loop. After all, Xander's temper and unpredictability are infamous. He's not the type to take such a betrayal lightly. If Philip's duplicity and Vivian's scheme come to his attention, there's no telling how he might react or whom he might confront first. Everyone involved appears to believe that withholding the information is the wiser choice, at least until they can figure out how to handle the fallout. But as Days of Our Lives fans well know, public spaces like the Brady Pub, Horton Town Square, and even the corners of the hospital halls are notorious for eavesdroppers. A whispered conversation can quickly explode into a town-wide scandal. It might only be a matter of time before Xander overhears something that changes everything. A chance conversation. Could the truth slip out? Speculation abounds that Philip himself, in a moment of vulnerability or perhaps hubris, might drop a vital clue during a casual exchange with Stephanie Johnson. Imagine a warm afternoon in Horton Town Square. Philip and Stephanie discuss the forged document, believing they are out of earshot. Little do they realize that Xander has stopped by for a cup of coffee and overhears enough to put the pieces together. In Salem, such accidental revelations are the norm rather than the exception. Alternatively, it may not be an accidental eavesdrop at all. Stephanie could grow weary of keeping such a monumental secret, especially one that might upend the lives of people she cares about. She might confront Philip about the forgery, demanding he come clean and spare the rest of them from the inevitable catastrophe. Either way, the risk of exposure escalates with each passing moment. Xander Kiriakis on the brink of explosion. Everyone around Xander is painfully aware of his temper. He's made significant efforts to become a better man, at least by Salem standards, but the old impulses to lash out in violence or sabotage remain a constant threat. If Xander learns that an inheritance he had every right to challenge was secured through fraud, he could feel betrayed, infuriated, and humiliated all at once. Worse yet, the sting of knowing his own wife, Sarah, kept him in the dark could be the ultimate blow to his pride. The idea that so many people he trusts have orchestrated a web of deception might drive him to do something drastic, whether that means cutting off Philip from the Kiriakis family business or even filing for divorce from Sarah. The emotional and financial repercussions of such decisions could shape Salem's landscape for weeks or months to come. The ripple effects of the forgery, should Xander decide to take action, the consequences will extend far beyond the Kiriakis mansion. Salem has a long history of alliances and grudges that shift with each fresh betrayal. If Xander cuts ties with Philip, then Philip might seek out old alliances or form new ones. Vivian Alamain, never one to stay idle, may redouble her efforts to solidify Philip's foothold within the Kiriakis' fortune. Kate Roberts could find herself in hot water if she attempts to play both sides, and Stephanie Johnson might wish she'd never uncovered the truth at all. Meanwhile, Sarah Horton, caught between her loyalty to her husband and her moral compass, might find her marriage on the line. Has she done irreparable damage by keeping the forgery under wraps? Or can she convince Xander that her silence was intended to protect him from spiraling out of control? In Salem, reconciliation is always possible but never guaranteed. 2-week teasers. Julie, Belle, and Johnny stir the pot. Recent spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks, March 17th to 28th, hint at other storylines and characters colliding with the Kiriakis drama. Julie Williams, a beloved matriarch of Salem society, is rumored to have a meltdown of her own, perhaps related to family matters or another brewing scandal. Belle Black, torn between her legal obligations and personal loyalties, is said to confess something big, adding yet more confusion to an already tangled web. And Johnny DiMera is rumored to lash out, maybe at the very people who hold the key to the next major reveal. All these events could conspire to create a veritable powder keg just waiting for that final spark to ignite everything at once. The inevitable explosion. Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives, with so many Salem citizens tiptoeing around half-truths, veiled threats, and whispered revelations. It seems only a matter of time before Xander Kiriakis stumbles across the shocking reality. The letter that brought Philip home and promised him a slice of the Kiriakis' fortune is nothing but an elaborate fabrication. The heartbreak that follows could tear families apart, sever friendships, and spark a brand new round of revenge plots. Something Days of Our Lives viewers have come to expect, yet still find thrilling. For fans who've watched the ups and downs of Salem for years, the tension has rarely felt this ominous. Xander's reaction has the potential to reshape alliances throughout the town. The question remains, will cooler heads prevail, or are we about to see the old, impulsive Xander rear his head, leaving heartbreak and destruction in his wake? Stay tuned to the NBC Peacock exclusive to find out how Xander's emotional journey unfolds. Will he discover the forgery through an overheard snippet of conversation between Philip and Stephanie? Will Sarah decide the only way to save her marriage is by telling him the truth herself? As with all twists and turns in Days of Our Lives, nothing is certain except the promise of more scandal, more intrigue, and more drama than you can shake a Salem-bound suitcase at. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. Xander Kiriakis won't take this betrayal sitting down. Keep watching to see if he burns all his bridges, or if there's a chance for forgiveness in a town where secrets are currency and every confessional moment can alter destiny. And don't forget to check back here at Soap Dirt for the latest spoilers, updates, and breaking news. After all, in Salem, the fate of the Kiriakis family fortune could hinge on a single misstep. And as fans over 65 well know, a single misstep can change everything on days of our lives.